Nobody warns the empath about what comes after the awakening. Everyone talks about the crisis, the dark night, the moment everything falls apart. But what Jung found most fascinating wasn't the breakdown. It was what walked out the other side. The person who emerges after genuine spiritual awakening bears so little resemblance to who they were before that even closest people cannot recognize them. Jung documented this across decades. Empaths entered his practice shattered, overwhelmed, unable to distinguish their own feelings from emotions they absorbed. They gave themselves away in every relationship until nothing remained. Their entire identity pointed outward, monitoring everyone else while ignoring themselves. Awakening begins when that outward system catastrophically fails. A relationship so devastating that absorbing, fixing, and accommodating simply cannot work anymore. Something breaks. The fundamental belief that loving hard enough fixes everything collapses, and the empath is forced inward for the very first time. What they find inside is devastating. Decades of unfelt grief, rage they never acknowledged, an entire inner world neglected while tending to everyone else. Jung called this the shadow confrontation. For empaths it is brutal because their shadow carries every absorbed emotion never processed, every boundary never set. This phase looks like falling apart. The empath withdraws, stops answering calls, seems cold. But they are finally meeting themselves for the first time. What emerges after is remarkable. The same perceptual abilities exist but now anchored inward. Everything once used for survival now serves sovereignty. Jung called it selective permeability. The awakened empath chooses what enters. They perceive emotions without automatically absorbing them, like a living membrane. The compulsion to fix dissolves. They can witness pain without feeling responsible for resolving it, helping from fullness rather than desperate emptiness. The awakened empath discovers their own anger. Clean, clear, boundaried anger that says no and means it. The shadow element most thoroughly repressed. Solitude becomes sanctuary. The inner world they once fled becomes a source of profound insight, creativity, and peace they never imagined possible. Jung called it the inner witness. A consciousness observing experience without being consumed by it. A center that holds through everything. The awakened empath loses people. Relationships built on the old dynamic cannot survive. Some leave. Some call them selfish. The grief is real. But what fills that space is different. Genuine connection built on mutual wholeness. You are not losing yourself. You are finally arriving home.